To be joined by Ronnie O'Sullivan and Jimmy White. And Jimmy, you can feel it in the air. It's the York Barbican, it's the UK Championship. What does it mean to you?
For me, you know, and for all of the players, it's the second biggest tournament on our calendar. It's one of the Triple Crowns, and you've got Mark Allen, John Ding Junhui in the first round, which is like an incredible, you know, to start off the tournament. But, you know, this tournament's very tough to win. You've got to get to the final for the best of 19, but, you know, so many players can win this match.
Jimmy's kind of alluded to it there. It's wide open this year, Ronnie. As a player, do they actually feel that when they come in, that they feel like anyone can actually win it?
Yeah, I think if you look at any of the players in the draw now, you know, if any one of them players won the tournament, you wouldn't be surprised. So it feels like a bit like the World Championships again, you know, just the 32 players here. So there's sort of the creme de la creme starting from the off, which makes it feel even more of a special tournament, in my opinion.
What we're essentially saying is it's unpredictable, and that makes it incredibly exciting. These two men here have amassed 8 UK titles between them, but it's safe to say they're not the only ones.
Jay Williams, Sean Murphy, your champion, Judd Clough. Once again, your champion, Mark Selby. Neil Robertson.
Goes. Mark Allen has produced a stunning comeback to win the UK Championship for the first time.
It's a special tournament, and we are beginning with an absolute corker. It was a magical comeback a year ago. Mark Allen, Ding Junhui, the repeat of last year's final. And what about the other table? Mark Williams, 2 decades since he last won here at the UK. Could he be somebody to go deep in this tournament here? And then this evening, the action does not relent. Kyron Wilson would love to win his first ever Triple Crown. Will he manage to do it in 2023? And don't let off Tom Ford or Noppon Sankam. As Ronnie said at the top of the show, any of these top 32 players could go all the way and win it. As for us here in the studio, absolutely delighted again, as I said, to be joined by Jimmy and Ronnie. And Jimmy, in fact, Ronnie, will start with yourself, because the last time we were expecting to see you was Champ of Champs. That didn't happen, you withdrew. Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm good, yeah. Just feel refreshed and, you know, ready to start competing again, you know.
We'd love to see it. And Jimmy, we'd have loved to have seen you competing here like you did last year. First of all, you have to go through qualifying. It wasn't to be. What's that process like?
It's very difficult. You know, I played a young lad just started on the season, and, you know, he played 3 fantastic frames. You know, I was always playing catch-up in the match, didn't manage to get through. It's a bit of a minefield, but a lot of these players, as Ding has had to qualify, you know, when they do get to the venue, they're match sharp.
Ronnie, on Tuesday, you'll be playing round 1 against Anthony Miguel. That will mark exactly to the day 30 years since you first lifted the title when you were 17 years old. Let's make you feel very, very old and take a look at some of the footage here, because this is against Stephen Hendry, no less. 10-6 in the final. You beat Stephen Hendry. Were you even nervous going into that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, not as obviously not as much pressure on me as there probably was on Stephen, because he was the best player in the world and no one knew who I was at that time. So obviously I was kind of coming in under the radar. But you know, yeah, I played him in a tournament before and felt like I'd maybe missed a few chances and gave him a bit too much respect. And I think in the next match, I thought, you know, maybe just go in there believing you could beat, you know, this legend of the game, you know.
And this was in Hendry's pomp, Jimmy. I mean, Stephen Hendry dominated the 90s. There was an amazing interview afterwards where it was actually Ronnie and Stephen. I think at the time they'd have the actual runner-up and the winner in the studio together. And you can see Hendry is seething.
Yeah, well, you can see in the handshake, I remember, and I've seen it obviously since, that you could see in Stephen Hendry's, you know, expression that, hold on, this Ronnie O'Sullivan is here to stay, you know, and the way he played in that final. Stephen didn't play bad in that final. Ronnie just played his natural game, as he said. He'd, like, before, he might have treated him with a bit more respect, but he just sort of outscored him, that was Hendry's strength.
The year before, Jimmy won it, by the way, and 31 years after that, both players are still here, and we absolutely love it. But in case you are just joining us for our snooker coverage of the season, let's bring you right up to date with everything you need to know.
These two players have produced some outstanding snooker to get this far. Who is going to prevail today? So the Hawk soars to the title here in Nuremberg. He's beaten Luca Brissell, he's beaten Mark Selby, and in the final, he's beaten Judd Trump. To end the long wait for a major title, he is the 2023 European Masters champion.
Off we go then. It's Ronnie O'Sullivan to get the Shanghai Masters final underway.
Relief in the end. Ronnie O'Sullivan reigns supreme in Shanghai once more. His fourth success in a row in the Shanghai Masters.
You have to credit Mark Williams. What a champion he is. What a proud moment for one of the all-time greats of this game.
Judd Trump, there's no doubt he's a great player, and once again today he's proved he's a great competitor and a great champion, and you can see that is such a satisfying victory. He's the English Open champion. What a season for Judd Trump. English Open champion 7 days ago. He made the trip to China and he has won the inaugural Wuhan Open in a dramatic battle with Ali Carter. Judd Trump is the hat-trick hero. Brentwood, Wuhan, Belfast. 3 ranking titles in a row. What an extraordinary achievement by an incredible player. What a performance from Zhang Anda. He's come here to Tianjin and has played superbly. 10 centuries in the tournament, a maximum in the final, and he has beaten Tom Ford 10-6 to land the trophy and the £175,000 first prize.
So 9 tournaments down, the UK's is the 10th and undoubtedly the biggest so far. And just to remind ourselves of the scores on the door. So it all starts with a magical start for Shaun Murphy. How many ones will he be bringing to this tournament? Then Barry the Hawk Hawkins won the European Masters. Ronnie in the Shanghai Masters. Willow, his class of 92 member, won the British Open, and then begun the reign of Judd Trump. 3 tournaments back to back, then finally in the Champ of Champs with Mark Allen, who's still practicing behind us, by the way, who won that one there. Ronnie, can we talk a second about Judd Trump? So 3 titles back to back. He finals, as I said, in the Champ of Champs. What does that kind of confidence do for you? Because he wasn't the same Trump that we saw banging in balls off lampshades in, say, 2019, but he's just winning.
Yeah, I think you get into the groove of winning matches, and I think he went on a 20-match unbeaten run, which is phenomenal in this sort of standard, So he's obviously won a lot of matches where he hasn't played well, and I just think it gives you a lot of confidence. So yeah, he's in an amazing place with his game, and he must be just full of confidence at the moment,
And Jimmy, at one stage, he was flirting with not going to China and sort of changing things. But when you're winning, you're winning.
Yeah, he did talk, like, after he won that tournament, from being 7-2 behind, he might rest. But decided to go and then win in China. As Ronnie said, it's all about confidence. And Trump's such a devastating potter, so hard to contain. And when he's got his confidence of potting these long balls, he's devastating and really difficult to win. And he is probably, playing the best snooker in the world.
Which would make him possibly the favourite to go along and win a UK title. But it's safe to say it is wide open in terms of how the bookmakers see it. So we took a little look at this a little bit earlier on. Jimmy, for you, as we said, Judd Trump, 4th one at the top there. Is there any value you can see?
Well, Ronnie's, 9-2, which is a great price. Mark Allen playing Ding is 12-1. Man in form just won the Champions of Champions. I think if he wins this match, the odds will cut in half. Barry Hawkins is a big price. Zanander, I can't even see him on there, and he's been playing lights out snooker.
So he's 33-1. We found out.
Right. Okay.
Any value there for you?
Yeah, there's lots of value with players that are in form, but some of these first round matches, especially Mark Allen and Ding, like last year's final, you know, after that match, if Mark Allen goes through, his odds will cut. But Hawkins is good value at 18-1, but, you know, you can never write this guy off 9-2.
Have you ever bet on anyone who isn't Ronnie O'Sullivan, Jim?
Well, I don't gamble, Radley.
I wouldn't dream of it, Jim.
No, well, I don't, you know, I want to see Ronnie win because, you know, I love watching him play, obviously, and he's my mate. But, you know, the value, there is value in some of these outsiders. Like, you know, Neil Robertson, he's like 14-1. OK, he's had no form, but he's the type of player, you know, can go and easily win this tournament if he connects.
And just very quickly, Ron, somebody like Jack Lazowski, 22-1 currently, plays a little bit like yourself. Is he somebody who would, A, like to win his first title, and B, do it at a Triple Crown?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it's a shame for him to not win a tournament. He's good enough. He just has to sort of get it right, you know, when it comes to the business end of the tournament, you know, semi-final, final. So I'm sure that's something he'll want to put right. And I know he works with Peter Ebden, so Peter was good in that department. I just think once he does win one, then, you know, there's a good chance he'll win a few more as well, you know.